Hello, Internet. I'm me, and this is Kamen Rider Fourze season finale. Yeah. Ooh, this one. We're saying goodbye to Kamen Rider Fourze, and I'm caught in the middle here. I am actually kind of stuck in between two places here on this one because a lot of people are going, "Good riddance, Kamen Rider Fourze. Let's get Wizard in here. This season sucked." And some people are like, "I like this season. Yeah, well, I don't see the hate." And I'm in the middle where I'm like, it was okay. Coming off of O's, Forza was actually more of a weird kind of misstep in a bit. How and it's this is just gonna be an overview now. But for me, Kamen Rider Fourze was like this. It did a lot of establishing the characters and not a lot of actually going along with the storyline. The Zodiac storyline took so long for them to actually try to build up that once they actually figured out, oh crap, we have a set time limit, they rushed like hell in the last like 12 episodes to get everything done. So like Zodiarts would just show up, show up, show up, show up, show up, and like this guy needs to be here, so we'll do that quick, 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 quick. Drama here, there, everywhere, now, come on, quick, everything. So they ended up rushing a lot of shit near the end, and it shows, because this finale doesn't seem like a finale now, does it? Honestly, maybe it's because of the not grand scale. Then again, we're coming off of Gokai. Like the last few big finales were Gokaiger and Kamen Rider O's, where the whole world was at stake and the battles would tear through like fucking countrysides and leave holes in like the fucking galaxy. And or like, a whole city is being attacked or something like that. And this it's the Sagittarius Zodiac trying to open up a wormhole to the presenters, who are, I think, aliens. They don't really explain. They just say it's the presenters. Who are they? No, no, okay. And of course, we figure out that Kengo was actually a product of the core switch. So when you hit it, it gave you a space baby and it was actually a baby of the presenters to, pretty much look over and absorb the information and culture of a certain planet and go back to the presenters when he's fully matured and filled with information. Kingo dies by the Sagittarius pretty much dragon kicking him and then crushing the core switch, killing him ostensibly. And of course, Gentaro Kisarigi gets super pissed, and Kingo leaves an inspiring note, and Kisarigi and the rest of the Kamen Rider Fourze Club head off into the final battle against Gomu, the Sagittarius Zodiac. Yeah, other than that, that's it. It's just, it sounds kind of epic, like someone died and this is the last battle, let's kick some ass. Mm, the fight scenes are badass. The sappy moments I could do without. Honestly, Kamen Rider Fourze cannot handle any real emotional drama in its show too well, due to the fact that it is really slapstick and happy almost all the time. So whenever you hear that score for their piano music when they're trying to be sad and emotional, it actually sounds a bit cartoonish and kind of takes away from this being a dramatic part. And it doesn't help the fact that right after reading Kengo's letter with that sappy, crappy music that almost makes ruins the entire moment, after all these characters are having an emotional breakdown and crying, we cut to the teacher's lounge office, and of course, and again, this is probably another fault of Kamen Rider Fourze. I don't remember any of the characters' names who are like side characters or anything, but Suspender's teacher is going, oh, and like messing around like normal. So I'm just like, really? We're doing this? All right, fine, whatever, man. You killed your own moment. I'm just letting you know, you killed your own moment. And these somber moments are always distracted or destroyed by another moment, just like immediately right after. So I thought that was very jarring and stupid. But once the action starts rolling, it kicks some serious ass. Even though the beginning where Kamen Rider Fourze and Kamen Rider Meteor are driving around on their motorcycles, I'm just kind of like, did I just did I click on a motocross video? Because I mean, half of it is not them hitting anybody with their motorcycles, just explosions, ramps. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? So when the fighting starts, it's kick ass. When the fighting stops, not so much kick ass. But they do something really interesting here where they have Kamen Rider Fourze actually warp um, Gomu, or the Sagittarius Zodiac, into the gymnasium of the high school where the whole Kamen Rider Club is pretty much sitting there. Hisaragi actually takes off D henshins and pretty much kind of talks him down, let him know the importance of friendship and all that, while kicking his ass at the same time. Which, honestly, this last part, as much as I may say this doesn't feel like a finale, it kind of sucks. That last part where, or that last-ish part where where Gintaro is pretty much bare knuckle fist fighting the Sagittarius Zodiac as the Kamen Rider Fourze Club are pretty much telling him how he is wrong in his ways of thinking. It just kind of is like I'm hitting you mentally and then I'm hitting you physically, and that kind of cool. That was kind of cool with me. And of course, the final attack that Kamen Rider Fourze does, which is the rocket drill kick, signature, which he rarely uses. Of course, he doesn't take any chances with the Sagittarius Zodiac. Drill kicks him, pulls the lever like 5 times, and drills a hole through him. And right at like, this is all badass at this part where like he just drill kicks through him, lands, spins around, kicks off the driver, dehensions, and just goes Kamen Fourze, Kisari, Gintaro. And I was like, ha! Wow, that was really badass. And that's when the episode stops being badass. Because then we get into the whole wrap up and the trying to be sappy and emotional again. Honestly, if the show had just kept if it had done what I call the Superman gets pissed route, where Kisaragi just says, fuck all, I'm just mowing through every motherfucker now, and just showed Kisaragi just being brutal, like just going switch after switch after switch on everybody, not just Gomu, just like he takes out Leo as well, just like bam. But he doesn't. Meteor does. But that would have been kind of cool if like Kisaragi just goes mows through everybody, relentless, dark, and just like not joking anymore with that plain face. That would have been really cool. But again, it just goes back to the hey guys, we're friends again. And Kengo lives. Because at the last minute, Gomu decides to turn into one of the Zodiarts, I think it was Aquarius, that could heal things, and takes the switch, the core switch that he had crushed, and I thought he dropped on the moon, and he heals it, and pushes the switch, bringing Kengo back. Even though I thought he would have come back as a baby. Whatever. Um, but other than that, that's the end of the whole season, pretty much. I want to say it's the end of the episode because it doesn't feel like the end. It never feels like, boom, okay, we're done here, guys. We blew our load. But no, it just kind of still feels like I'm going to be like, all right, guys, see you next week. Because the stakes never really felt high. They never felt like oh crap, we could really lose, or oh crap, something bad is really gonna happen. It always felt like there was no real danger to it all. And pretty much the only enjoyment you get out of it is watching the badass moments of where you get to see a Kamen Rider kicking ass, and that's it. Not, oh no, will this Kamen Rider actually lose this time? And in some Kamen Riders, I've actually seen some of them, and they almost seem like, yeah, this guy could lose. He could lose, or they go introspective into the character. Kisarigi is a goody two shoes to the end, and kinda doesn't do much in the ways of being a badass. So he's, other than the states and the fight scenes, he's not all that interesting. Um, in the end, he's not all that interesting. And at the end of this, at the end of this, I do love one thing with the whole wrap up. The whole wrap up I was gonna ignore and just like click off the video because I was like, I saw what I needed to see. But there is a funny ass part at the end of this episode where they show Kamen Rider Wizard, D Henshin, and he just walks by Shun and Miu, and Shun is proposing to Miu, and she sees Kamen Rider Wizard walk by, and he's a pretty, like, he looks like he's a bishi pretty much. So he walks by, and Miu's just like, oh, ooh, and just like runs off towards him, and she was like, what the hell? And I was like, okay, that was a good note to end on. But yeah, this season wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It had the curse of following up on both for decade, double, and O's, and it had to keep this momentum going, but it dropped the ball. But it didn't drop the ball. It didn't really drop the ball as much as it didn't slam dunk the ball under its leg and a backflip into the hoop like everybody thought it was going to do. And I think that's the biggest curse this season had, was the high expectations and everybody hoping that it would be a great show. And in the end, it just became a mediocre live action anime, kind of a good feeling Kamen Rider season. But I can't wait till I get to see Wizard, and I will be reviewing Wizard. Don't you dare worry about that. So until next time, y'all, peace.